Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us with this episode of Media Champions. I'm your host, Mary Treese Griffin in Atlanta. When we bring together subject matter experts, we do it with you in mind because we know that you are hungry. You want the information, some guidance on how to get your story out there. And today we have Audrey Wiggins on the program. That Audrey Wiggins, she is here with Altogether Marketing. Welcome, Audrey. It's nice to finally see you.
Yes, thank you, Mary Teresa. I'm happy to be here.
I am always curious to know from folks who are in this crazy business of media and marketing, how did COVID affect what you do? Because it affected us all in some way, shape, or form. But the answers in our world are usually pretty darn unique.
Yes, they are. And fortunately and unfortunately, a lot of the in-person events that got canceled, I lost money on like the ad specialties, the printing, all of the custom giveaways, that type of thing. But the unique thing happened about 5 months in that business owners start to reflect on this is a good time to redesign my website, or maybe there were some who never had a website. So business started to pick up there. So where it fell off, it actually picked up in another area, which is very interesting.
Did you find that it was an interesting time explaining to existing clients that even though COVID kind of shut the world down, you don't need to be shutting down your storytelling because you now have a very captive audience, even more so than
Ab-
before because we had nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a great time. It was a great time rather to beef up those newsletters or either start one if you haven't done one and get on and just join the conversation on your social channels. So that was very important as well. Like you said, to keep that story going, just to keep that connection.
One of the ways that I know that you are such the subject matter expert on keeping stories going is with your podcast, The Business Chop. Can we talk about that? First of all, I love a
Sure.
lady who's got a hot podcast like you do. Kudos to you. What
Thank
what do you
you.
love to what do you love to talk about on the Chop Shop?
I like to talk about the challenges, really, because a lot of us are in business. There's a lot of people coming behind us that want to do what we do in some shape or form. And they need to know that what they see is not everything that goes into it. A lot of times people see the end story, the end result
Mm.
or what we're doing now. We're continuing to grow, but so they see the flowers in the garden. But we have to till the soil. We have to break that up and mix in some sand a little bit to soften things. So it's a journey, and that's what I like to talk about mostly on the business shop.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a
Mhm.
great opportunity to put that advice out there. But when you are making that connect, whether it's through a phone call, someone who's a listener, somebody who you've encountered, what surprises you the most that people don't quite grasp that they should about telling their story and where you come into play?
Okay. That it's okay to tell your story. That you shouldn't be ashamed of some of the failures or when you stumbled along the way. When you look back, it's like, ah, that was stupid. How could I, ever let that happen to me? So it's important to be authentic or transparent. That's where the value comes in.
I'd love it if you would share with us. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but share with us an aha moment with someone who you worked with that maybe was skeptical, but they listened to your sage advice just about anything, and they went, "That Audrey, she knows what she's talking about."
It actually centers around the websites. Had a client that had a website forever, and good, kudos. They had their website, but they were really afraid to change it because they felt like it was working. And in a way, of course, it was working. They had their presence out there on the superhighway, but change and I think what happened is that the customer just was watching, me, and it
Mhm.
took a year for this to happen. But once they got it, you couldn't stop. And it was like, okay, I want to do this and make sure you do that. And oh, you need to fix this over here. So became it became my problem instead of theirs. So that was exciting, and to really have the customer be a part of the process, and that was exciting.
You got to be careful what you wish for, Miss Audrey. Am I right?
You got it. Yes, Mary Therese, for sure.
Audrey, we are out of time, but let's continue the discussion because I do want to talk about that all important website and a couple of other things. I think you are just a pro, and thank you for carving out time to be with us on Media Champions.
Absolutely. Thanks for allowing me to be here. It was great.
Anytime, open door policy for you. And the rest of you, we're going to make the connect to Audrey. You're going to want to do that. You can find her by finding us right here at dailyadbrief.com. Do come back for more Media Champions. I'm Mary Therese in Atlanta. We'll see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.